Tensions remain high at the India-China border as India firmly rejects Chinese claims of disengagement along the line of actual control. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar made it crystal clear that peace will only be possible when China restores the pre-2020 positions. But can India and China really resolve the border standoff after 4 years of stalled talks? Despite Chinese statements suggesting progress in disengagement at 4 locations along the LAC, India has boldly denied any such significant resolution in differences. Friction points in Depsang and Demchok in eastern Ladakh continue to be flashpoints with no forward movement in negotiations for the past few years. Sources from India's security establishment emphasize that Chinese attempts to create a new normal at the border through salami slicing tactics have been firmly rejected by New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar underscored this point during a recent statement in Geneva, where he addressed questions on India-China relations and the ongoing disengagement issue. Now, Jaishankar for the first time clarified that while about 75% of disengagement problems have been sorted out, the critical issue of militarization of the border remains unresolved. He noted that Chinese forces need to pull back to the pre-2020 positions for true peace to be established. In his statement, Jaishankar explained, quote, "We have been negotiating for nearly 4 years and the first step in these talks is disengagement. Both sides must return to the normal operating basis," unquote. However, he acknowledged that this process has been slow and difficult, with talks stuck at key points for nearly 2 years and more. So how long do you think it will take for India and China to fully resolve their differences at the LAC? Will China ever agree to return to pre-2020 positions? Meanwhile, on the diplomatic front, National Security Adviser Ajit Doval met Chinese official Wang Yi during the BRICS National Security Advisors meeting in St. Petersburg, Russia, being hosted by Vladimir Putin. Doval reiterated India's position that maintaining peace and respecting the LAC are essential for restoring normalcy in bilateral ties. Both sides agreed to enhance mutual understanding and trust to strengthen relations, but real progress on the ground remains elusive so far. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning echoed a positive tone in the recent press briefing, claiming that disengagement at 4 points of the western sector, including the Galwan Valley of the LAC, have stabilized the situation. However, these claims contrast with the reality on the ground, as described by Indian defense officials. The last major disengagement actually occurred back in 2020 after India gained strategic advantage by occupying the Kailash ranges, while reports suggested Chinese troops also pulled back from Gogra hot springs in 2022. Since then, 21 rounds of military talks between India and China have taken place, with little forward movement and progress in resolving the other most contentious areas and friction points. Jaishankar's latest comments, which mark the first time he's quantified the progress in negotiations, reveal the complexity of the situation. Though 75% of disengagement has been achieved, the remaining challenges are deeply rooted in both military and political factors, with no easy solution in sight. But do you believe that increased militarization on the border will lead to more conflict between India and China? Or is peace still achievable through dialogue? In other significant development, India's Defense Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO, recently announced a major success with the Indian light tank Zorawar. The tank completed its first phase of developmental field trials, demonstrating remarkable performance in desert terrain. Weighing just 25 tons, the Zorawar tank is highly mobile and can be airlifted by the Indian Air Force's C-17 aircraft, making it an invaluable asset for high-altitude warfare along the LAC with China. The initial batch of 59 tanks are set to be delivered to the Indian Army soon, marking a key step forward in bolstering India's military capabilities at the LAC. According to the Defense Ministry, the Zorawar tank's firing accuracy and mobility have exceeded expectations during testing, enhancing India's defense posture at a time of rising tensions along the line of actual control. India's firm stance against Chinese attempts to change the status quo along the LAC sends a clear message. Peace will only be possible when the PLA returns to its pre-2020 positions. With tensions still high and progress slow, the coming months will be critical for the future of India-China relations. What do you think? Will China agree to pull back, or is the situation heading for further escalation at the LAC? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.